Diagnosed Wills with autism spectrum disorder. We were worried and yet not surprised. He'd begun obsessing about airplanes and trains, refusing to look at books or toys that didn't involve one or the other. He rocked back and forth when he was anxious and hadn't hit a single developmental mark. Faced with Wills' diagnosis, I was rattled but determined to attack it head-on. I had a dynamic notion, and that very day, the day I got the diagnosis, as it said on the video, I bought fish, and then a turtle, and a hamster, and dumpy frogs. Buying hermit crabs and a rabbit was also comforting and fun for Wills, but I was avoiding the real issue, which was Wills' autism, and I knew I had to get busy. I found every book on autism I could lay my hands on, including Temple Grandin's Thinking in Pictures, which I'm sure you know, and helped me immensely. I educated myself and learned how to communicate with Wills and how to turn down the volume in his room and in this world. We sewed fleece into the waistline of his sweatpants so the elastic wouldn't constantly distract him. With Catherine, we began working on Wills' sensory integration problems, introducing him to new textures like Jell-O or clay, which he hated but began to tolerate. I learned how much Wills needed repetition and structure in his life, putting up scheduling boards and giant calendars on the family room wall. And if there were changes in our schedule, we let him know as soon as possible, trying not to surprise him if we could help it. But we all worked to help him overcome his anxieties and fears. And we learned to narrate his feelings for him. "Wow, I can see you're really angry by the way you threw that toy," I'd say. Or "You look really worried about going into that restaurant." I tried to make sense of his feelings so that he wasn't standing there shut out and alone. His behavior, spacing out, rocking, crying, or holding his ears, meant that something had occurred. It was my job to find out what had happened and either alleviate the problem or explain it to him.